Howdy folks, Laxo here. And today we got a Soulbox. So, I want to have a little bit chit chat about the Soulbox, everything that's going on, maybe talk about what you should and shouldn't be aiming for with this Soulbox. And there have been a lot of big complaints about this Soulbox as well, so I want to talk about those complaints as well. So let's go ahead and talk here. There's not going to be much action, not going to be much polls or anything like that, but I will be doing a lot of talking. Check the timestamps if you want a particular topic or subject. Alright, so let's talk about the first thing is Soulboxes are new to this game. They haven't been done yet, but in the original Bleach game they've been done ever since the beginning. And the big thing about Soulboxes is it gives you the option to get 2 characters that you have missed. That is very good in the old game, or I'm sorry, the original game, but in this game it doesn't really do as much because resources are a lot easier to come by in this game because you get pretty much a free 100 USD or whatever the in-game currency is, 648, blah blah blah. Free spending every day. So you don't need a Soulbox. Soulboxes aren't a need in this game. You don't need Soulboxes anymore. What we should be getting is just a recycle of the characters that have already been in the game. That way, the people that don't have the characters can get the characters. But they decided to go with a different route in this game. The big gripe here is that in the original game, you have this thing called Jade rebates every time a Soulbox comes around. So if you want to invest in a Jade or in a Soulbox, you have a Jade rebate where you can get your Jades back, and you're not spending as much. But in this game, since we're going to be getting Soulboxes every 3 days, we get a new Soulbox, and for everybody that missed a character in the past, they have to use all their Jades to get the characters this event or today, which is a major problem because before you could just use your tokens here. As you can see, I've been saving up. I have almost 600 tokens. Matter of fact, if I claim my daily stuff, I'll have over 600 tokens. So I've been saving up these to pull for characters just like everyone else. And now that we have a Soulbox, the problem is these aren't in the game. These little Soulbox tokens, they are not in the game. They apparently were in the game at the very, very start of the game. It was like an accident on the devs. They accidentally put them in the game, so people bought them up. So some people have them, but everybody that started in the last few months, we do not have them. And now we are stuck having to use Jades without a rebate to get characters, to get old characters. Now, let me talk about the issue with that. I mean, it's not an issue where, hey, you have to spend Jades to get characters, like, ooh, what a concept. No, the problem is Soulboxes are finite, or they're not infinite. You don't get the same characters, or you don't get a re-release of all the characters over and over and over and over again. No. They're finite. Matter of fact, here, let me go ahead and pause this real quick, and I'll pull up a timeline. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and swap scenes now. Boom, here we are. Okay, so now we have the timeline. If you want to know the full timeline, join my Discord. Link will be in the description, and you can see all this for yourself. And you can map out the future plans and everything that's going on with the game. I already have a pretty good map in my Discord of this current game, but you can just join and figure it out for yourself too, just in case. Anyways, so this is where it all begins. This is the first Soulbox we get after the starter characters. We get, boom, this Soulbox here. So after this Soulbox, in about 3 days, let's see what we get next. We will either get Ulquiorra Noyatora, or we could possibly get something like a White Ichigo Toshido. I don't think we are going to get Shunsui Yamamoto. I don't think that's possible Soulbox because all those characters have already been released to everybody. So my guess is either we get Toshido White Ichigo Bankai, I'm sorry, Soulbox, or we get Ulquiorra version 2, Noyatora Soulbox. Now we could just skip ahead and get Ichigo Grimmjow Soulbox as well. That is a possibility. I don't think that's a thing. But you see, the problem is if we're going down a timeline now, let's just say we get that, then we get Ichigo Grimmjow, then we get Halibel Zalaparo, then all of a sudden, you know, these characters aren't coming back after a while. As you can see, the characters aren't being repeated. Here, can I move that down here? No. Okay, so these characters aren't being repeated, or some of them are. Like, as you can see, Ichigo here is being repeated. I think Halibel's being repeated. So some of these characters do get repeated, yes. But the problem is the early on characters that we're seeing now, they do not get repeated. As you can see, we haven't gotten a single one yet, and we've already reached the end of this timeline. After that, you'd have to go to my Discord and actually see where the next timeline picks up. So let's go ahead and swap scenes back to this. So what we're looking at is we're only going to have a finite chance to get these characters. I talked to, or at least one of the devs told me that we will have another chance to get these characters, but I want to side with the devs and say yes, they're probably telling the truth. They probably will do something to re-release characters, but I don't think that they're thinking in the long term. I just think they're kind of just pulling things out and throwing it on the table, and this is what we get right now. So once again, I do have hope and faith that they will do something so we can get actual, like, a chance at getting the characters, as opposed to just getting Ulquiorra now, then all of a sudden Noyatora Ulquiorra version 2 next, and so on and so forth. I have hope that this is not the path that they're going to take, is just give us a long line of Soulboxes, so these characters you're not going to be able to get back. Because if we look back, the only other way we can get any of these characters is if we go down to tech research, and we have to wait for the actual timeline of characters to be released to get any of these characters, or at least the timeline by day. So we're not going to get White Ichigo, we're not going to get Toshido, we're not going to get any of those characters till at least on your server you're at day, like, whatever, 60, 80, 90. I actually have another timeline on my Discord, so you can actually see the exact days of, or at least a rough estimate of the exact days you're going to get which characters as well. So if you want to know this stuff for yourself or figure this out for yourself, feel free to join the Discord. My Discord, link in the description. But that is the problem, is we are going to be stuck. We're not going to be able to get these characters. Now, the weapons aren't really too much of an issue, because we get so many of these. We get these all the time. So characters aren't going to be a problem, but the big problem is going to be the shards. As you can see, I was forced into, well, I have to get these characters because I have to make a video on them. So I went ahead and had to pull for them. So I had to use about 25,000 jades just to do 152 pulls just to get both characters. Again, the weapon I got for free, but I had to get both characters, so I no longer am going to have enough jades for the next rebate to get all my Omnis. So it's now a question of, for free-to-play players, the game is killed. You can no longer be free-to-play friendly. If this is the way the game's going to go on and go forward, free-to-play is dead. You can't be a free-to-play and be competitive anymore, because you're not going to be able to get the characters. You're not going to be able to get all the characters. People that are paying could just spend all the money they want. They can get all the jades they want. They could do all the pulls they want. So it's perfectly viable for spending players. But free-to-play is, if this is the way it goes, it's basically killed for free-to-play players. They cannot play this game anymore and compete at any level. Or, I'm sorry, they can't compete at any level, but they're extremely stuck with not having all the characters. And you need to have all the characters, or at least a good amount of them, in order to compete. Alright. Now that that's out of the way, so those were the big complaints that people are having right now. I mean, trust me, I've been playing this game longer than anybody has. And I feel like I can say that confidently at this point in time, because I've been playing since, like, the Like 4 days after this game was released, whatever, 5+ years ago, I started playing. And I've gone through, this 4 accounts on this game. I've done 4 accounts on this game. And I've been playing, I've been a daily player for about 5.5 years or so. So I don't think anybody's played this game longer than I have, so I can have probably the strongest say in this. So I understand what everybody's going through. I understand your complaints. I have told, or at least I talked to the guy that's going to communicate with the devs with me. And so I've aired everybody's complaints, or at least the complaints that everybody has. So we'll see. I will make another video 100% when I get reply from them saying what's going to happen. Or if they're going to be silent, they are just going to say, hey, you'll have to find out for yourself, which is kind of a shitty, I don't want to cuss, which is kind of a shady thing to do and to say, but it is what it is. Last thing let's talk about here is Soulbox polls. If you are going to well, I'm sorry, everybody has to start throwing all their jades at this, unfortunately. So when you decide to start polling and you look at this probability right here, these probabilities, just know what you should aim for. You should aim for 4 characters. You will get 4 characters every poll. Every times 10 poll, you will get 4 characters. These UR character selection pack, don't ever think you're gonna get this. You're not gonna get this. I've been playing this game for 5.5 years. I've probably done 10,000 polls in Soulboxes. I've never even gotten one of these ever. So don't try and get this. You're not going to get this unless you're luckier than me playing the game for 5.5 years. Anyways, if you want to get SSR characters, then you should probably be getting one out of every 5 to 100 times 10 polls. Sorry, 1 out of every 5 to 10 times 10 polls. You should be getting 1 SSR character. And so, yes, this is not a regular summons box. This is not. This is a soul box. It's completely different. So, all these rates are pretty much on point. The only thing that's really not is this UR character selection pack. Again, I've probably done 5 to 10,000 polls on the soul boxes over the past 5.5 years. I've never gotten one. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've done 150 polls, 152 polls, and I'll show you what I got. I got 60 shards, because I had to collect, or I had to get both characters. I got 54 weapon shards, and as far as characters go, where's my character pack at? Maybe I used my, okay, maybe I did use my character pack already. Maybe I got, like, 30-something Ulquiorra shards. Let's see here. Where's my Ulquiorra at? 30. Okay, so yeah, maybe that's that. Maybe I only got like 30, 34 or something like that. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, once again, guys, we're shafted. Nothing we could do about it. We just have to wait to see what the devs do or say, and hope that we can I don't know, compete. I mean, again, I'm a free-to-play player, so yeah, I don't know. It's rough. Nothing you could do. That's what you should be striving for the soul box. If you're going to be, or you should be polling, because you're going to have to be using 25,000. Again, 25,000. We don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any of the correct resources to get to do polls. So we're kind of screwed here. Can't really do anything about it. I'm sorry, guys. Just gonna have to wait and see what the devs say or do, and that's that. When I get an update, I'll go ahead and let you guys know, but that's all I have for now. Alright, guys, enjoyed this content, like, comment, subscribe. Once again, join my Discord if you want to get any information about this game, or at least speculate as to what you think is going to happen. I have timelines and all that stuff on my Discord. Feel free to join, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.